Why do you say going back in the past is so important if you talk about the only thing that exists is the present moment?
Okay. All of your issues that you have in your life right now, they're all mind-made. Your issues don't actually exist outside of your mind because every time that you go to sleep, your issues go away. But when you wake up, they pop back up again. Why?
What?
Because they're inside of your mind. The mind was where the past and the future actually existed. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're living in the present moment. That's where life is, but your mind was caught up in the past. We had to go back and retrieve the mind, aka the ego, aka the inner child. Go back and get it, repatch it, fix the narratives, and then guess what we've done? We took the mind and moved it back to the present. And now because it's in the present, this was what was creating the future. So now you can create the future how you want it because you're doing it from a healthy, whole, worthy present moment instead of the fractured past. And this is why you had to go back in order to go forward.
Yeah, somehow, I don't think so. So listen, I get it. I get what the speaker is trying to say. And I think what the speaker is trying to say in this situation is that you can't live in the past. So you can't live in your trauma story to the point where you stay stuck in this cycle of thinking that keeps you stuck. But listen, bro, I just think that we got to be more careful with how we choose our words. Like for real, because it's this type of thinking that, perpetuates stigma when it comes to mental health challenges. Because if you have a chemical imbalance, that's the result of something like schizophrenia, that's the result of something like bipolar disorder. No, that doesn't just exist in your mind. That's not just an issue that exists in your mind. That's something that exists in reality. And that's something that you have to do something about. If you're in a relationship and within your relationship, you're experiencing domestic violence, that's not just the issue that exists in your mind. All of your issues exist in your mind. No, some issues exist in reality. Some issues like extreme poverty, some issues like domestic violence, some issues exist in reality. And when there are issues that exist in reality, those things can only be fixed by doing some of the things that the speaker recommended. Certainly not just staying stuck in a trauma narrative, telling yourself that story over and over again, right? That things that keeps you stuck and that thing that causes you not to do anything about it. But a lot of these things require significant life changes. This is why I say sometimes when it comes to personal growth and development, and this is why I say sometimes when it comes to developing resiliency, emotional resiliency, what you need to do is you need to change your environment to change your experience. You need to change your environment to change your experience because a person cannot grow in an environment that's not habitable for growth, right? So we need the right conditions, we need the right resources, and we need the right people around us that will help bring out the best results. It was a good talk, though. It was a good discussion. Said it so eloquently and said it so passionately, right? And it sounds like, yeah, that makes sense. All of these things are true. And like I said, I'm not trying to kill the speaker. Like I get where they were trying to go with it because what they're really talking a little bit about is they're talking a lot about negative thinking. They're talking about negative beliefs. But when you say all the issues exist in your mind, listen, bro, that's simply not true. And I think there's things that people need. There's certain supports, that people need to help them, identify where they're stuck at, whether it is, cycle and narrative and trauma style thinking, or is it, a matter of just setting different goals, identifying resources, learning to be more assertive, whatever it is. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different things that play a role, in keeping people stuck. So, for more useful tips on developing emotional resiliency and for more useful tips on personal growth and development, this is Jermain Wright, your LPC. And hey, check me out over on Building Blocks for Mental Health over on YouTube. And don't forget to like, Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share. I'll see you soon.